We're talking to one of the hottest featherweights in the UFC right now. He has won 5 in a row. Afterwards, he said he wanted the winner of this weekend's fight between Alex Volkanovski and Max Holloway. Josh Emmett, kind enough to join us right off the bat here on the program. And yes, I did forget to give a shout out to DraftKings. Before I do that, Josh, let me just say hello to you. This show brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings Sportsbook is the official sports betting partner of the UFC. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code TheMMAHour for a special offer when you sign up. Again, that's code TheMMAHour only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Okay, I screwed that up. A lot going on. Hello, Josh. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's great to be here.
It's great to talk to you. Where are you right now?
I'm actually in a hyperbaric chamber. So
what?
Hope you can hear me, right? Yeah, I'm in a space shuttle. It looks like.
What are you doing in there?
I use it for recovery, and so with obviously like the bruising and some of the little cut I had on my eye. I'm at this place called Restore Hyper Wellness. I've been doing cryo and hyperbaric every single day and red light therapy. So within like 5-6 days, I was back to new. And then my wife took out the stitches this morning. So
wow,
good to go.
Wow. Now, Is it safe to be using a phone in there?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
It's decompressurized, and then it's like right now you're getting like, I don't know, 19 or 20% oxygen. While I'm in here, I'm getting 95% oxygen.
Oh my God.
So helps speed up the recovery, helps with like, open wounds and things like that. So it's just something that I use a ton in my training and post fight as well.
How long do you sit in there for?
90 minutes.
Golly, what do you do to pass the time?
Usually this is the time when I can, get caught up on everything. I can return phone calls. I can text people back, email people, or I'll just kind of relax, just listen to music, pre-fight. It's really the only time that I'm not like running around all over the place. So okay. I do wait. I feel much better while I'm in here and especially when I get out.
So how is your face feeling? I saw the pictures. You've obviously, we're looking at you right now. We saw how you looked after the fight. You look great. Obviously you have the scar up here, but otherwise pretty damn good. How is the face?
Yeah, it's great. For me, I feel like it's I always say my light complexion. I'm so damn like pale or whatever you want to call it. So it's I just get marked up. I get hit in the face. I always get red. I had a cut under that eye already, and with Kattar's jab, he just kind of opened it early, and then it just got a little bigger. It wasn't a deep cut, but it looked bad. It looked a lot worse than it actually was.
Did you suffer, to me, when I saw your eye afterwards, I thought broken orbital, and we saw none of that.
Yeah, no, I'm good. It's like I said, within my eye was swollen shut,
yeah,
and then within like 2 days, it opened up, and the swelling went down, and the cut is healed. So I'm ready to get back in there. I actually feel really good. After that fight, like my body feels great. I'm just kind of itching to get back in the gym, but I'm going to go out to Vegas this weekend and partake in some of the International Fight Week festivities. And then, I'll get back to work when I get home.
Yeah. Cause originally, like when I saw that photo, I know you've had your issues in the past with, facial fractures and whatnot. And I was like, oh no. If there's one guy who has had his fair share of bad luck in terms of injuries, it's part of the game. I get it. I just didn't want to see you go through all of that all over again. Is there any residual effect from that stuff anymore? Does it ever rear its head or no more?
Yeah, no more. That from the Stevens fight that happened, man, over 4 years ago. So it's like, I'm good. Besides I still have some numbness on my face, but hey, maybe that's a positive.
Okay. Why would that be a positive, by the way? Just because when you get punched, you don't feel it? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Have you watched the fight? Have you gone back and watched the fight?
Yeah, I did. I actually watched it a few days ago. I watched it a few days ago. I still feel like, I know I was seeing a lot of things with people, and I know it was a close fight. Calvin Kattar is he's a phenomenal fighter. I still feel like I won that fight. I still feel like I won 4-1. That's just my opinion. my coaches are pretty confident in that. And worst case, with some of the rounds being so close, give him another round. It's still 3-2. It's still unanimous. So what do you think?
I thought, I was going to say, just in the interest of full transparency, I've watched it once, and upon watching it live, I thought he won 3-2. I don't think it was a robbery. I don't think it was, it was a super close fight, super competitive fight. I think that fourth round is what it came down to. And I thought he got the fourth round. Now, who the hell am I? But that's just, I'm not going to sit back and cower from it. I tweeted it after the fight. I thought that he won, I think it was, I don't remember what it was, but I know the fourth round was one that I disagreed with. And so I was wondering if you watched it again, in which rounds you thought you won decisively.
I thought I won 1-3.
Okay.
The fourth round, still watching that was his best round. If you go back and watch that and turn off the commentators, I still feel like, he's landing his jab. He landed a spinning elbow that was a good shot. But even though you'll see me pick it up and I'm still throwing combinations, I'm working the body, I'm working the head, I'm still pressuring him back. It's like he was being pesky with that jab. And I just feel like it didn't do a whole lot. I know it can score on judges' scorecards, but I think I was landing the more significant strikes. I was moving him a lot. And then the fifth round was close, but it's still, man, I don't know. I feel like those fourth and fifth rounds could have gone either way, but I still give it to him. I still think I decisively won 1-3, and then I can argue how I won, even possibly the fifth round or even the fourth round. You just have to go back and watch it. But I still feel like it should have been unanimous towards me. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with the win. I went in there to win, and I got the job done. So I'm on to the next.
So before you got on the microphone, and don't blame you at all for saying you wanted next, as far as the title is concerned, I was like, all right, Josh won, you won 5 in a row. I was thinking what I put out there was I thought you versus Arnold Allen would make a lot of sense because he's won 9 in a row, and I thought you were the next guys. But then you said the title shot. So can you tell us, why do you think you deserve the winner of Max Holloway versus Alex Volkanovski?
I'm one of the only fighters that has not got to fight the guys at the top. I feel like Yair and Ortega, they both fought the guys. They're great fighters, but they're going to fight each other. So whoever wins that, they're going to be on a 1-fight winning streak. I'm on a 5-fight winning streak. I beat guys in the top 10. I beat guys in the top 5. Arnold Allen is also a great fighter, but has he beat anyone in the top 10? No. He fought, which is a great fighter. But I just feel like I'm next. I feel like that was a title eliminator. I feel like it was for the number 1 contender spot, and I got the job done. I got the win. And I feel like we need to mix some things up in the featherweight division. And, I've been knocking on Alexander Volkanovski's door for a while. I feel like it's time for him to answer. Yeah.
No, I don't hate that. And you do bring up a great point about fighting top 10 guys, and Arnold hasn't. And he's been, somewhat inactive as well, fighting like once a year and a half or so. Did the UFC tell you, have they told you or your management after the fight, all right, you are next?
No, I haven't. Haven't heard anything yet. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens this weekend. There's a lot of different ways we could play things out, but I'm kind of waiting to see how these fights pan out. And then I just want to hear it from Dana White. I want to hear him say, Josh is next. So we'll see what happens in the coming days and weeks.
Who do you think wins this weekend in the trilogy?
It's tough. I've been saying, like, Max is a great fighter. Volkanovski is a great fighter, but it's hard for me to go against Volkanovski. He's a champion. He's undefeated in the UFC. He's on a 20+ fight winning streak. He's beat Max twice, even though the second one was so close. It's just hard for me to go against him, but both guys continue to get better and better. And then they show it in their fights. Max comes back, puts on a amazing performance against, obviously Calvin Kattar and then Yair. And then same thing with Volkanovski. He continues to get better and better and evolve. And I feel like people don't give Volkanovski the credit he really deserves. You know, he's one of the pound for pound greats. But I am kind of leaning towards him just because they fought 50 minutes already. They both know each other. I wouldn't be surprised if it went either way, but if I had to bet on it, I would lean towards Volkanovski.
Is there a result that you think makes your chances of fighting for the belt next greater? In other words, this guy wins, all right, I have a better shot. Do you think it's if, Volkanovski wins third time, all right, there's no chance. Holloway wins, I feel like they could run it back for a fourth time then? Like, what do you think? Is there a guy that you're leaning towards only because it would then help you out?
Yeah, and being, selfish, I guess. At the end of the day, I don't ever wish anyone to lose because we're all trying to achieve the same thing. But if Volkanovski wins for the third time, I feel like that solidifies him and Max. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's really no other option than to have me fight next for the title. So being selfish, I'm picking Volkanovski to win, and he's got the job done twice already. So, MMA is a crazy sport. There's really anything can happen. So I just have to sit back and see.
A couple of weeks ago in Singapore, when they had the pay-per-view there, I thought it was really smart of Jan Blachowicz to be sitting cage side when Yuri won. He walked out. They had a little moment. Not saying that he was like trying to fabricate anything, but I always feel like if you want the next fight, the title fight, it's good to be in the building. It's good to be seen. Are you going to attend 276 so that they show you on camera, that there's maybe a moment there so that people kind of link you with the title fight?
Yeah, no, I'll be there. I'll be in the building. I'll be in the T-Mobile Arena. I'm going out there for International Fight Week, and then I'll definitely be, keeping close eyes on that fight for sure.
Okay, that is good. That is smart. I like that. In the build up to this fight, when you're in the main event, there's a greater spotlight on you. There's more, the UFC followed you guys around. There's bigger features written, all that stuff. And, a lot of personal stuff was being written about your past, about what you've been through, about your brother's passing, about your trials and tribulations, the health and whatnot. Difficult for you to talk about all of that before you're about to get into a fight? Are you used to it now, numb to it? How is that for you? Because this isn't easy stuff that you're discussing and what you've been through over the last few years.
Yeah, no, it's and that's some of the thing. Like my friends and my family, they know me, they know everything about that. I don't like to. I just really don't like to. A lot of times, I don't tell the media, I don't tell anyone a lot of things. I really just kind of stick to fighting. But I know the producers and stuff. They were saying like, we know you're a fighter. You only post up on social media when you're fighting. We want to know like kind of why you do this and get to know more like personal, just personal things about me. And it's like, I hate talking about it just because it like, I don't know, it just hurts. So I just kind of keep everything in, but I kind of, talked about things and just the reason why I fight, the reason why I am the athlete and person I am today. Just through, tough things I've gone through, but I feel like everyone has a story. So that's why I don't do it to like, I don't want anyone to feel like sorry for me. I don't do it for like views or whatnot. It's just like, I just kind of let them in a little bit. And of course it's tough to talk about. It just cause then it gets me thinking about things and it's hard, but
This game is somewhat of a popularity contest, right? So I feel like if you let people in a little bit and they get a little bit more emotionally invested in your story and who you are, then they'll push for you to get things like title shots and makes you, more famous and more popular and things like that. So there is a balance there, right? Like you can't completely shut the world off, even though it's super personal. And I would agree with you, not very pleasant to talk about because it hurts so much. I do feel like there's kind of a method to the madness of letting people in a little bit so that they get to know you and really want to root for you and get behind you and propel you to the top, right?
Yeah, no, I do agree. And I talked to my manager and stuff like that, and he was kind of filling me in on these things. So, but it is, it's tough, like you said, but I totally get it. And people can relate to me. I feel like I relate to a lot of people. People just, the fans don't know, but now they know a little bit,
At any point in the last couple of years, like really since that Stevens fight, did you think that you were done? Did you contemplate not fighting anymore? did you feel like just everything was stacked against you and you wouldn't be able to realize your potential?
No, like I knew deep down, like I feel like I was, and it sounds cliche or whatnot, but I feel like I was put on this earth to do great things. I feel like I knew I was going to be successful. So even though I was going through some tough times with the vertigo and, you know, the injuries in the past, I just knew in my heart that with time it would get better, and I would be back to, you know, I'll get back to myself. I'll be back to my winning ways. And, you know, my goal has been to be a world champion this entire time before I got in the UFC, and I'm sticking to it. And now, like, the title is within reach, and it's our time, and I'm ready to go. I feel the best I've ever felt too.
If you didn't deal with those health issues, do you think you'd be champion already?
Yes, but it's okay. It's part of my story. It's part of the journey. I wouldn't have it any other way.
So, all right. So here you are. You feel like it's in reach, right? The belt is in reach. Would you be supremely disappointed? You know how this goes. Like, nothing's guaranteed. If they say we want you to fight one more guy end of the year, something like that, how would you react to that?
I don't know. We'll cross that road when we get there. But I really feel like I'm next in line. I don't see any other fight to make, you know, than to have me fight for the title.
And would you like to fight again this year if possible? Do you feel like you'll be able to do that? I mean, obviously, if it's the belt, you have less of a choice, right? You got to just do what they want. But is that reasonable?
Oh, 100%. You know, I feel great. I'm healthy. I want to stay as active as possible. So I know that the title fight is in a few days. So depending on the champion, when they want to fight, I will go anywhere, you know, whether it's, you know, anywhere in the world or in Vegas. They call. You don't even have to call me. They already know my answer.
Meaning if it's Australia, if it's Hawaii, things like that. Volkanovski deserves to fight in Australia. Like, if he wins this fight, that would be an incredible scene. I feel like they can fill out any kind of stadium over there. That would be amazing. And I kind of feel like you would like a situation like that. All the pressure, the spotlight would be on him over there. You could just come in there and steal the belt.
I love it. Yeah, do it at the Marvel Stadium in Australia. I know it holds a ton of fans. I actually, you know, I have some family over there too.
Wow.
Live in Sydney. So definitely we'd make a trip out of it, and we'd stay there and kind of, you know, travel, maybe go to New Zealand as well. I heard that's a beautiful place. So yeah, I would be up for it. Like I'm saying, 1 month, 4 months, 5 months, whatever it is, hey, sign me up.
Your family Australian, or they just live out there?
No, it's actually my wife's cousin. They live out there.
Okay.
So they've been telling us to, you know, come out there. We can stay with them. They'll show us around. And we haven't taken them up on it. But if that were the case, you better believe we would.
All right. Well, I hope it works out for you, Josh. Good luck. Maybe we'll see you out there in Las Vegas. And for your sake, I hope you get that title shot. You have been through a lot. You certainly have earned it. You've gone the hard route to get to this point. But 5 in a row in this weight class is nothing to sneeze at. And you have come a very long way, and you've overcome a lot. So congrats on the win recently, and good luck in trying to get that title shot after Saturday.
Thanks, Ariel. You have a good one, man. Nice seeing you.
Yes, same here. There he is, Josh Emmett, joining us from a hyperbaric chamber.